These are my guys, man. These
What's up,
are my guys. They
man?
know what
Woes?
time it is. They know what time it is. Right now, we are joined by hosts of the Adams Boxer Show, Wayne and Jermayne. What's up, Wayne and Jermayne, and welcome back to the Urban Sports Scene.
What's
What's
going
going
on,
on,
brother?
brother? What's going on with you, my brother?
Oh, it's good, man. Glad to have you guys on, man. Look, man,
Sir.
you know my guy. Y'all know I'm an AJ dude, so y'all, so I'm
Yeah,
happy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like all that smoke folks are talking to me about Deontay. Now they quiet. You know what I mean? Like they
yeah.
quiet now. So, but we can just get right into it, man. Saturday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Joshua dominated Otto Wallin, forcing Wallin's corner to stop the fight after a punishing fifth round. What were your thoughts on Joshua's performance?
Well, I expected him to win the fight. I mean, a lot of people thought out of the two main fights of Wilder's fight with Parker and Joshua's fight with Wallin, everybody thought if it was going to be an upset, it would be Wallin beating Joshua. But I didn't have no
I know, right?
worries of that.
Yeah.
I thought Joshua would take care of Wallin. I know we heard some things about what Wallin has done in the past. I believe he's fought Fury before.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have I had no worry, and Joshua took care of business.
What about you? What about you? What were your thoughts? What did you think?
I mean, I'm kind of like my brother with that. I mean, if anybody was gonna be upset, it was gonna be Wilder because of the inactivity.
Yeah.
You know, he hasn't been active at all. I mean, I know Parker's that was his fourth fight this year, so he's been very active. So
Yeah. But Joshua took care of his business. I just think Joshua was on a different level than Otto Wallin. I mean, when you're on a different level, you're supposed to take care of these type of fights like this, and you got something bigger down the road. So I expected nothing less. I had no worries going into that fight that Joshua was going to lose.
Why do you think people were picking in terms of having an upset? Because I know you had like upset alert. Why would you think people were saying that Joshua would be the one upset and not Deontay?
That's a good question. I mean, because mainly Wilder has that power, so everybody was expecting a knockout.
Yeah.
So they didn't see anything outside of a Deontay Wilder knockout win.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And we've only seen Wilder lose to Fury. You know what I'm saying? So we couldn't imagine a guy like Joseph Parker, who's lost to Anthony Joshua in the past, and he's lost to Joe Joyce in the past as well, who I'm not a big fan of anyway. And we just seen knockout. You know what I'm saying? We knew that the Otto Wallin guy, we knew that he wasn't probably going to knock out Joshua. So it's probability. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So no, it's wild because I mean, looking at the fight one, I'm just going back to the Joshua fight before we go into Deontay, but he looked sharp, man. Like that's the best that I thought AJ fought in a while. Just that he was crisp, and it was like he stuck to the game plan. You know what I mean? And he was aggressive too. He was aggressive at the same time. He wasn't cautious. I know he has some familiarity with a Wallin, but still, like I just felt like he wasn't worried about because I mean, Keita Buck, his chin has been suspect of late. So, and he wasn't worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Like he fought a good fight. I think the contrast, and we'll get into Deontay, but the contrast in like both fights shows you what boxing is all about as a boxer. Like you can't be one dimensional between those two heavyweights, right? Like one was fighting with using the jab as a lead and countering off the jab. The other dude was just looking for the home run. So or he just moving around just to move around. There was no real plan. Like the other dude was moving around without a true plan. And in Joshua's case, he was moving around, leading with the jab, having an actual plan. And so you see the difference between those two. But I just thought like Joshua just looked. He looked the part. He looked like old Anthony Joshua. Did you agree?
Yeah, it seemed like in the last two fights he's had something to prove, man.
Yeah,
People been clowning him, and I've noticed that as well.
I mean, Joshua's an active fighter. I mean, unlike other guys who only fight every 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 months. Joshua gets in there. You don't hear about Joshua sitting on the couch for a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You never hear about Joshua questioning if he should really be doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like Joshua's always been all in. There's never been any controversy as far as that. Probably a little minor controversy, but everybody know Joshua gets active. I mean, he we know what happened with Usyk and all that, but I mean, there's a lot of guys in the heavyweight division that can't beat Usyk. You know,
facts. This is what I said. I said this I said this when he fought Usyk. That's why I tell folks I'm not a home. Like I'm not just like I'm a fan of somebody. I look at boxing for what it is, and I said like if he ain't knocking out Usyk, he gonna lose to Usyk. I said that quickly. If he don't knock out Usyk, he gonna lose to Usyk because it ain't going. Usyk going out. He's gonna outwork you, and he's going to be the better fighter. He is the better fighter. He will win rounds, but you have to knock him out. Like you as the bigger heavyweight, just gonna have to knock him out. If you don't knock him out, he's gonna win the fight. So like to your point, y'all, to y'all point, you're right. Like there are certain dudes in the game. Yeah, like losing to Ruiz, like right, that was different. But he came back and he beat Ruiz, right? Yeah. But like an Usyk is different. He's a master boxer. It's like you're asking just like Floyd, but like for instance, like Roy Jones Jr. fighting what was old boy? We went to heavyweight. I'm trying to think of the dude he fought when he went to heavyweight.
He fought John Louise.
Yeah.
John Louise, that's what it is. Sorry, yes, thank you. So John Louise, that's what I'm thinking of. So when he beat, but if Ruiz ain't knocking him out, Roy gonna win.
Right,
it's Roy. He the boxer. Not just a boxer. He's the supreme boxer. There's different levels. There's levels to this. He's a supreme boxer. So same thing in a situation where Anthony Joshua was a good boxer. Not a bad. He's a good boxer, but Usyk's a supreme boxer. There's different levels to it. So to like Joshua, he shouldn't. I said this, like you shouldn't feel bad on losing to one of the best dudes in the game, period. Because Fury's gonna have the same issue if he don't knock out Usyk. I'm gonna say the same thing. He's going to lose to Usyk.
Oh, he calling it now.
If he doesn't knock out Usyk, he's going to lose to Usyk.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like it's either way. It's either way. It ain't going you beating him in rounds. You're not going to beat him in rounds. He's too quick. He's got the Loma Chico, the Floyd. He got that mind. He know angles. He knows how to slide. Like you got to catch him to hit him. Like that's the game he played. You got to catch him to hit him. You know what I'm saying? So like look, him dominating the cruiserweight division it's not. He wasn't doing it just because he the only dude. He dominated because he's one of them.
Yeah,
he one of them. You know what I'm saying? I learned about Usyk before HBO lost boxing because Max used to talk about him. I'm like, who does Usyk do? That Max keep talking about?
Keep talking about all the time.
Yeah, like who he talking?
I remember he knocked out Tony Bellew brutally. Yeah. Oh goodness, that was good.
So I'm like, all right. So he's been one of them like for a minute. So to your point about bringing in factoring Usyk for Anthony Joshua, I totally agree. So let's go into like the same card. Deontay Wilder was upset by Joseph Parker in a complete one-sided fight. Which if I'm Deontay Wilder, I should be ashamed of myself in this fashion. That you got shut out on a card and you were a prize fighter. That should not happen. Your thoughts on the fight and Wilder's overall performance?
It was a little questionable from Wilder. I knew something was up when he started dancing like that. I just didn't expect Wilder. Like he was dancing like Muhammad Ali out there, man. That's not his game. We know Wilder. That's not his game.
Yeah,
man.
It's not.
So that was very alarming. Why he was fighting like that. He wasn't looking to engage. You know,
and to add to that, like I said on Twitter, guys that are strong and as powerful as Wilder don't back up like that.
Yeah,
you just don't do it. It's like, for what? I mean, what you do best is knocking people out. You can't really knock out majority of guys just going backwards. He's done it before, but the most powerful guys of all time never made a name by backing up, knocking guys out. When you see you turn on a Mike Tyson highlight, what is he doing? He's
going forward.
You don't do that, and the fact that he did that from the jump, to me, it lets me know that he's not all the way in the game no more.
So you do believe the stuff he was talking about?
Yeah,
like the way he was talking.
Yeah,
he pretty much on boxing.
I see it, and he said that Joseph Parker didn't even hurt him, and you know what I'm saying, he said he didn't hurt him, and then he turned around and said that is inactivity. So that lets me know if you don't even come back in March, as early as March, that means you ain't all the way there because you blamed on inactivity. So are you still going to be inactive? Because you can't keep using that excuse. You already put it out there and blame that. So are you going to keep rolling with that same situation? You got to come back early then, or you really not in the game no more.
So this is my thing about Wilder as well, because some people just use excuses all the time, and he just one of them dudes. Like, he is like the suit. Like I don't believe. So yeah, his heart may not be in it. I kind of like I want to go that route, but when it comes to him, I feel like he always looks for that type of excuse to make him like, or like same thing like Fury. There was something on his gloves.
Yeah,
Oh, my bodysuit was too heavy, or that was made me tired, or
yeah,
you know what I mean. It's always like with him, it's always something. So it's hard for me. Cause my brother, he's watching the fight. He's like, yeah, he done, and I was like, yeah, he done. But I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I was like. I don't know if he's saying that just to make him seem a little different, so folks will get off his case.
mm-hmm.
Because I just feel like he does this all the time after a loss. It's
Yeah,
never. I just other than maybe the last time Fury knocked him out.
mm-hmm.
His last fight, I think he kind of just took it in stride.
Yeah, that last
But
one.
like other than that, like every loss is an excuse.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you this, Woj. A lot of people don't know this. Some people probably do know this. Wilder has one of them fan bases that really come to protect him.
Yes,
yeah,
facts,
People,
facts,
we
bro.
talk about a lot of fan bases out there, but we never talk about Wilder fan base. Wilder has one of them cult fan bases.
He do, bro.
I don't know if he still got it now because he left PBC and all that. But
Yeah,
when he was with them, they arrived for him and even make an excuse before he even say anything.
yep,
true.
You
Nah,
know?
I'm gonna be real. Like, nah, I got one of my boys. Like, we used to. They got like, nah, they part of the family. The problem is when you keep losing, you can't protect the dude no more. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so like it used to be off the rip. To your point, like, yeah, with the thing, the gloves and stuff, that whole glove situation. I had my boys were defending him too, thoroughly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all, you ain't see the video. Y'all ain't see the video. Y'all ain't see it ain't look shaky to you. I was like, bro, y'all overthinking this thing. Like he
mm-hmm.
just got his butt whipped. I don't know what you want to see,
Yeah,
what you trying to look for, but he just got his ass rocked. That's what it
He
was.
did.
That's what time it was.
yeah,
Like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, like you don't look. I'm an Earl dude. I ain't going there saying the Earl looked funny. He looked like himself. Like, nah, I was like, Earl got rocked. I'm not
yeah,
going with them excuses, man. And I love Earl, but he got rocked. You
yeah,
don't, you
Especially,
don't never gonna hear me say,
yeah,
man, Earl like he was high or Earl like the hydrate. Why his color look that way?
mm-hmm.
Folks say it, but you hear me use that as excuse of why he lost.
Mm-hmm.
Never. I'd be like, he got rocked.
Yeah,
Like Bud, I say Bud is the better dude.
yeah. That's a common thing nowadays. Every time a fighter loses, is all these type of excuses come out the
Mm-hmm.
woodworks on why he lost. Instead, he just
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah, you just lost. He
Mm-hmm.
lost. Like it's
Yeah,
okay. Like he got look, there's no like now, like what I've learned for like this fight with Parker, there's no excuse for anybody to use, right? Because
mm-hmm.
like he just got beat. There
Yeah,
isn't like the only thing the only excuse you could say as a fan of Wilder is that he don't got the heart for it anymore. That's what you can say. My thing is like, and this is real. Like he's shown you who he is throughout the whole process.
mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
no knock on him because like y'all right. He is that one hitter quitter. This is what he got. And that thing is lethal. It's one of the best things since I've seen Iron Mike. It's one of them.
mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
But the difference, I don't like the comparison with Iron Mike. It bothers me when they do this. Like, especially Mike pre-jail, right? Pre-jail
Mm-hmm.
Mike. Like Mike had head movement. He was going in. He was setting up his power punches. He wasn't just trying to like swing like he wasn't swinging for the fences all crazy consistently. And not to say Deontay does that all the time, but a lot of times Deontay's swinging were just wild.
Yeah,
Mike was controlled reckless. Like he was controlled. After jail, you can make the argument. It's like, yeah, all right, he was a little bit reckless.
yeah,
But Mike was like, before he got locked up, he was controlled chaos. That
yeah.
thing was controlled. He
Very
knew exactly what he
methodical.
was doing. He was
Yeah,
methodical. He was setting you up. He was setting you up for his uppercut. He was setting you up for he was setting you up for everything. Those things,
mm-hmm.
he wasn't going there wild trying to just throw punches and getting tired. Like
Yes,
he would jab you. He would do a lot of stuff with it, put in powerful combinations. What Deontay has always been what he is. It's
yeah,
the right hand. That's all
mm-hmm.
he waiting on. He waiting on the right hand. You know what I'm saying? If you
Mm-hmm.
find a way to take it away, you got a good opportunity to last long in a fight. Then obviously, if you slip there, then he can get you. But you got an opportunity to. We saw this with King Kong Ortiz. He
Yeah,
dominated most of the fight, but he got knocked. He got his ass knocked
yeah,
out, and that's
mm-hmm.
the only difference.
Did
But he
yep.
dominated the fight, though.
Just only
You
this
know,
time he didn't get the knockout this time.
yeah, this time he didn't get a knockout. That's
Yep.
what I'm saying. Like, so for you, like, what is it about that? Like, why can you question why hasn't he like developed? Not to say you gotta be all time a great boxer, but developing a point to where he can put punches together. I mean, we talking about a dude who went to the Olympics. Like, he's not like obviously he was trained and coached up a certain way. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why is it hard for him? Footwork, the footwork doesn't look that good. putting punches together. Why is it so hard for him to get it right in terms of being
in my
a
opinion,
boxer?
I think he's just not that talented of a fighter. I think
Mm,
he has that power, and he
mm,
knows how to throw those punches, and that's just far as it goes.
mm,
I don't really think he's been taught to really use a lot of head movement and
mm.
do a lot of things. I think that most of his trainers that he's had, I think they know what he has, and they know what he doesn't have, and I don't think they've tried to make him into something that he's not. The
Yeah.
main thing is the power, and he's not the most talented guy. But when you knock out people, people don't care about the talents, and they
True.
don't care about your deficiencies and your bad footwork and your lack of footwork. You can say
Yeah.
they don't care about it because you're just knocking people out.
Yeah, that equalizes Max a lot of
It's like,
deficiencies
what
that
I'm
he
saying? It's
has.
like playing that video game with that character that has that one special move. If he does it so much,
Yeah,
you're not even thinking about what he don't
yeah,
have. You just
Yeah.
know everybody winning.
yeah. He
You know
gonna
what I'm
keep
saying?
using it over and
I'm
over
gonna keep
again.
on using. I don't care about what he can't do because ain't nobody exposed it yet. Because
Mm.
he hit you before you hit him. It doesn't even matter what you didn't see. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Good
Mm-hmm.
point. That's a good point. That's definitely a good point.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were obviously boxing fans been won this fight, it's been signed for 2020. It's supposed to go down 2024. Deontay Wilder versus versus Anthony Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think does this fight hinder it? Do you think that it's because Joshua came out and said like he's still down to fight him? So
I think the fight can still happen. I don't know if you
okay.
remember when Zab Judah lost to Carlos Balderman, and he still fought Floyd after
Oh
that.
yeah, he
You
did.
know what
Yeah, I
I'm saying?
do. Yeah,
So
because Floyd just wanted that fight. Yeah, I know.
yeah, yeah. So there's definitely bad blood in the history there too. I
Yeah.
think it still can happen as long as they do it right away, man.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have us waiting for this. You know what I'm saying? It's been waiting
Mm-hmm.
for all these years to begin with. So
Yeah, a
You
lot
do.
of the steam
Go
has been taken off from the
yeah,
fight, but
ahead.
I'm gonna tell you one thing that's gonna help bring the steam back.
Mm-mm.
Wilder's excuses.
That's what bro. That's what I'm saying. Because
Snake.
I'm
He
telling you, because he's not gonna retire. 'Cause, like all that, man. I just don't. I have a whole different like. I just feel like all that stuff happened before. Like you were talking big stuff before the fight, and folks like he trying to sell the fight. That's the excuse, folks.
yeah.
He trying to sell the fight. I was like, but you ain't mentioned none of that stuff with your family, religion, none of that stuff. So after you lost.
Right.
Yeah.
Why is it like why I gotta be after? Like,
Yeah.
can't you just keep it? I'm gonna give you an example. Because I can make the argument, and I won't use excuse that the way Earl was talking prior to Bud, I could have made an excuse. But he said because he was talking stuff like he was talking real like he was set. He talked real set prior to fighting Bud. Prior to the fight. He didn't say after before. He was sounding like it was too much respect. Everybody was talking about a lot of respect, but he was sounding like, all right, I'm here. I've done a lot in the game, blah, 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 this, that, and the
Yeah.
other. Like, and I could say, like, okay, maybe his heart's not into it. But at least he did it before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could make that argument. Not going to because I know that dude's a competitor. He want to fight. Like, I know that. But I could make that excuse. This dude always do it. It's like that kid that be like, all right, man, you know what I'm saying? This game, I beat you playing ball. I hit a J in your face. Nah, man, my shoestring was untied. I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we doing here? Like, I just feel like when it comes to Deontay, it's always an excuse. And I agree with you. Like, I agree with you. This is why I'm so angry at like the stuff he said after the fight. Because you're going to fight. Like, if Anthony Joshua said we're going to make this happen, you're going to fight him. So what's that? So what's going to be the excuse now? You can't say all that other stuff anymore. Like,
Yeah.
like what are you going to do?
That's the thing. And when he does that, it discredits his opponents. And it's like, why would anybody want to fight you? Because I'm not going to get any credit for it. Because it's always going to be,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying, if I win. So,
Yeah, it's just like, so would you, as a spectator, is it a fight you want to see though?
what you think?
I mean, I still watch. It's two heavyweights. I mean, in the same time, Wilder still has that punch, and if he's blaming on inactivity, come back quick.
Exactly.
Let's see if your sharpness is there if you come back quick. Because
Right.
what's your excuse going to be
Exactly.
when Anthony Joshua dropped the hammers on you? You know what I'm saying? You can't throw inactivity because you didn't came back quick because they were supposed to, I believe, fight in March, if I'm not mistaken.
It's March, right? Supposed to happen in March, right?
That's what I believe it was supposed to be. So I'll still watch. It's two heavyweights at the end of the day. I mean, somebody's gonna get hurt. I don't see that fight going, and somebody don't get hurt. Somebody's gonna get hurt in that fight. So why would I not want to see?
And check this out, check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Deontay has won this fight for years, so look, he should be even more motivated now. You going against Joshua?
Well, he didn't sound like it after he lost.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He sound like after, he want to go back to his hey, I ain't knocking it. If that's how you feel for real, then that's a blessing. You got a daughter, you blessed. But you ain't talking like that before. After you weren't talking like that after. You want to be with your daughter. You want You got a new religion, like you feel good about life. Like, all right, that's cool. If that's true, then don't fight. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Don't fight. I don't want to see you in the ring. And then you can
I
keep
agree.
like I'm all about keeping that consistent energy. Like that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying. Like, but it ain't that like I don't like I'm disrespect Deontay because I think getting that ring it takes a lot out of you, man, mentally, physically, whatever.
Mhm.
So I respect the man for getting the ring going 1-on-1, mano a mano, anybody.